We now know the future of the Giles W. Dalby prison in Garza County. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice purchased the facility and will host a hiring event tomorrow in Post.
KCBD's investigative reporter Shaylee Kidwell has followed this closely and has the latest on the purchase.
This 251,000 square foot facility could reopen early next year under new management. House Bill 500 set aside $110 million for the purchase of the Giles W. Dalby facility. Garza County Judge Lee Norman says attorneys are finalizing the sale. For years, the county leased the facility out to various operators. Norman said it served as the county's largest revenue stream and employer, but that stopped in September of last year when the latest private operator ended its contract with the county, which left more than 100 people without a job. Norman says they have given the list of interested former employees to the TDCJ, who is actively hiring. A hiring event for correctional and administrative positions will take place tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Post Library. Interested candidates are encouraged to bring a proof of education, a valid ID, and their Social Security card. The TDCJ says qualified candidates may receive on-the-spot job offers. Shaylee Kidwell, KCBD News Channel 11.